Hi, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of Following Indian Cricket with Sid. Oh my God, who is smiling today? Who is like very, very happy? And Car. All right, Sid. We know it was a dead rubber, but still, for people like us, no, who started watching cricket in 1991-92, a victory against Australia in Australia is always special, isn't it?
Very special. It became even more special because they were wearing those jerseys and won a game against Australia and Australia. So suddenly you're
Right.
like, how come this team actually won a game?
Exactly.
So
Okay, so for all those kids watching who think like, okay, India is always a equal team to Australia, we have actually gone through 4 years, 8 years without a victory over Australia in Australia. Okay, so it's always special. So India was struggling, said 152 for five. We needed a partnership. So what do you think? Like Big MS is gone. We need to have a finisher. You think probably Hardik or Jadeja could fill up that role?
absolutely. Then and they first, I want to ask you, what an amazing batsman do you think Hardik is turning out to be? He
Right.
is absolutely smacking the ball all across the park, and he's become a very mature batsman, and he's not
Ah.
even become. I think he's let go of his bowling. He said, "I want to be in the team as a batsman, and
Mhm.
you can rely on me till the very end, and I can build partnerships with the people down the order." And that's what he did with Jadeja, 150 odd runs partnership. Brilliant batting by both of them. Solid application of the grey matter that's there inside,
Right.
and for a change, made complete use of the overs that they had ahead of them, right?
Correct.
And put up a fairly good total to defend.
Exactly. So it was a new role for Pandya. He came in when there were 25 overs left. The best part was he bided his time, he got his eye in, and then he went for the big shots along with Jadeja in the end. So it was a decent score, 302, but not by any means a winning score. So we have to talk about the debutant, Natarajan. So not a bad debut at all, right? Like some couple of important wickets. He took a wicket in the power play, which was the first for India in this series. He got
Yeah,
smacked, but then he came back, bowled those Yorkers. You think he's a long-term option?
I am really looking forward to him being a long-term option. First of all, he's a beautiful left-arm seamer.
Mm-hmm.
It was his debut, so he would have had those jitters, a little bit of butterflies in his stomach, being the debut boy. But for him to come and pick up two wickets, including a maiden wicket over, was just absolutely beautiful. He has a long way to go. Once he
Right.
starts playing this level of cricket, where the expectation is much higher and the level of commitment is way more, you can see
Mm-hmm.
that this guy is meant for this stage of the game. And I'm pretty confident that he will definitely deliver when the time comes.
Of course, that's what the entire nation is hoping that Natarajan delivers. All right, so talking about debutants, we had an interesting incident. Okay, so from Australia also we had a debutant, Cameron Green. All right. So when he came to bat, usually you would expect everybody to be on him, trying to derail him, and all of that. But KL Rahul was behind the stumps, and he asked something like, "Are you feeling nervous?" And this guy said, "Obviously, it's my first match. I'm feeling nervous." He said, "Do well, youngster. I'm sure like you're going to play well." What's happening? Like the Aussies are talking a lot about Kohli. There is no remarks like we are going to cut the head of the snake, or there's no remarks like we are going to bounce India out. What's happening? Too much of love and doubt between India and Australia these days.
I'm pretty sure this COVID and lockdown has softened up all the players. You can't really get them to be aggressive anymore.
Uh
And
huh.
because of the IPL, obviously, when everyone's bum chums, you can't really have aggression
Right.
anymore. I remember there was some game where they were sledging Rahul. I think it was. I forgot who it was. It was trying to sledge him, but both are laughing at each other. So there's really no way you can. The game has changed because it's become so close, and everyone's best buddy with the other person. There's no way
Right.
of having some kind of sledge. It's only banter. It's very good banter, which is good fun to
Right.
hear. That's what we expect in the Test series more.
Right, but are you missing that said like the 99 2003 series and all those comments, the pre-match comments, the hype and hoopla? I kind of missing that a little bit.
No, of course, I miss that because that set the whole that set the tone for the tournament. Of course,
Right,
Ponting and Steve Waugh would have something to say about the Indian batsmen. Sehwag and
Ganguly.
Ganguly would have a comeback. Then
Right.
it would move on to the commentators.
Uh,
I think it was Bill Lawry. I don't know who it was. Somebody would have a comment to say about the Indian batsmen, and then Ravi Shastri and Sunil Gavaskar, who
Right.
are like pro Indian, obviously every time they're hired by the BCCI to go and support the Indian team all the time, so they'll come back with something. Yeah, you missed that, but then I think the game has evolved and it's become much more of a gentleman's game. To be very honest, now it's actually become a very good gentleman's game where
Yeah, very
everyone's
good.
respecting each other and not overstepping that line.
Right, and it's better, and it's always good to have a camaraderie, because at the end of the day, they all know that they are there to play, and that's exactly what's happening. So moving on, Sid. Yeah, the T20 series is starting today. So probably a format which a lot of people are used to now, and a format which people are looking forward to, because we have two World Cups in 2 years. So you think it's going to be a lot of shuffling and seeing like whether the teams get the right combination or not?
Pretty much, I think it's very important that they start focusing only on the T20 World Cups, right?
Uh-huh.
It's going to be happening in 3 years. 3 World Cups happening in the next 3 years, 2 years.
Right, yeah. So next
Yeah,
T20 World Cup is in India, and the next one in Australia. Again, the 50-over World Cup in India again, 2023.
yeah. So no points for guessing what every team will be training on, but more importantly, let them focus on getting their groove back. It's been a long layoff because of the lockdown and whatnot.
Mm.
Cricket hasn't come back to its bustling self, but then this series is surely upping that momentum, and I hope it will go far.
Exactly. So there's a lot of T20 cricket which happened in the last few days. England defeated South Africa 3-0. New Zealand defeated West Indies 2-0. But this is going to be a super battle between the second and the third ranked sides in the world. So we're extremely happy and excited to look forward to it. It is going to be a super contest on a Super Friday, folks. And talking about contests and Fridays, we have our contest. Okay, so Hardik Pandya was the man of the match, and we had a couple of right predictions for it. So, ready to go for it, sir?
Yes, please dive
Yeah,
into.
here we go. Only two right predictions before the match. And
I hope
guess
it's not
who?
you.
I know. It's the man from West Indies. Okay, who's playing superbly in the Lanka Premier League? It's Dreeras. Congratulations, Dreeras. Congratulations. Okay, keep playing well in the Lanka Premier League. And yeah, remember, folks, this is going to be the link to predict for today's match. And remember, as always, predict before the start of the second innings. Have a Super Friday, enjoy the cricket, and cheers. Yay. It's just not